Mark here from newhometricks.com, and today I want to talk a little bit about using smart lighting in the bedroom. Now the reason for this is that we've now begun to expand our Philips Hue lighting setup beyond the living room. Here in the bedroom we've got a table lamp, bedside table lamp, one on each side of the bed, and into those we've installed a Philips Hue white and colour candle bulb, one in each, and we've got hold of a Philips Hue tap switch as well. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about is using that smart lighting to help you go to sleep in the evening and help you wake up again in the morning. Now, many smart lighting systems, Philips Hue included, support this kind of function. The idea being that in the evening, when you're ready to go to bed, rather than simply switching the lights off and plunging yourself into darkness, you can have the lights more gradually fade out over a preset period. Now, this can be a little bit more relaxing and can sort of give you a simulated dusk effect to help you fall asleep more naturally. Then in the morning, you can have a similar approach where the lights begin to fade in at your preset time, giving you a simulated dawn and helping stir you from your sleep. Now, in Philips Hue, I've so far managed to find several different ways that you can set this up. There's about 3 that I've played around with so far. One is to use the built-in wake up and go to sleep routines that are built into the app. Now, these are fairly straightforward to use. You simply set the time, choose the days of the week that you want this to happen on, the lights that you want to include, and then that will happen automatically. You can set up multiple routines, so if you've got different bedrooms in the house and different people sleeping in them, they can all have their own routines if they've got Philips Hue bulbs and lamps set up in those rooms too. So you can have multiple routines, that's not a problem. Now, you choose the time over which these light fades will occur. So for example, in the evening, you can specify a particular time that you'd like the light fade to begin and over what period of time you want that to happen. Maybe over 15 minutes, maybe over an hour. That's a personal choice. And then in the morning, again, you choose the same sort of thing. You choose what time you'd like the lights to reach the full brightness and over what period of time you'd like that fade to occur. Now, this is good, but additional functionality can also be found by having a look in Philips Hue Labs. Now here, Philips have added a few formulas that give you more features. So for example, there's a personal wake-up formula that you can use. Now this adds a few extra features that you don't have in the built-in app. So for example, you can specify the brightness level that you'd like the lights to reach when the fade is completed. In the normal native routine that you've got, they just come on to full brightness. You might not want that, you might want them to come on to a lower light level once they've completed fading in. You can also do things like have the lights turn back off again automatically after a preset period of time. You've also got the prepare me to go to sleep formula available in Hue Labs as well. This also adds a few extra features. If you're anything like me, you will not have a particular time of day that you typically go to bed. I'm pretty rubbish at having a preset bedtime, so you might want to activate that light fade on demand rather than it occurring at a particular time. With the prepare me to go to sleep formula, you can assign that to a button on something like a tap switch, or you can set up a virtual button inside the app, inside Hue Labs, so that you can just press it when you're ready for the light fade to begin. And you can also have a few extra features going on there, such as when the fade is completed, rather than the light actually turning off, if you'd rather it stay on at a very, very low night light level, you can set that up as well. So a few extra features that you can play around with there in Hue Labs. The third and final way that I've played around with is to use some sort of third-party app. Now, there are several smart alarm clocks in the app stores for Android and iOS that will integrate with smart lighting systems such as Philips Hue. The one that I use, and I've been using this alarm clock for years now, is Sleep Cycle. Now, what this does is it monitors your sleep throughout the night and then wakes you up at the optimal time in the morning. Rather than set a preset time that you want to wake up, what you do is you set a time that you consider the latest time that you'd like to get out of bed and a kind of time window that you'd like the alarm clock to actually go off at, and the app will monitor your sleep and the alarm will sound at the best possible time but no later than the time that you've set. Now if you turn on Philips Hue integration, when you start the alarm clock process in the evening when you go to bed, when you turn it on effectively, it will begin the fade out of the lights, and then in the morning it will start to fade the lights in during that alarm clock window, when it detects that it's ready to wake you up by sounding the alarm, it will accelerate the fade and bring the lights on to full brightness to assist in helping you wake up in the morning. So several different ways that you can use smart lighting to help you with going to sleep in the evening, help you wake up in the morning. Now, of course, this sort of thing can be more or less effective depending on the time of year. So I'm in the UK and it's summer at the moment, so the sun comes up quite early in the morning, and even with blackout blinds in our skylights in the bedroom here, you do get some light creeping in around the edges, so there's already a certain amount of light coming into the room in the morning anyway. But I can well imagine that in winter, when my alarm clock would typically be going off whilst it's quite dark, that having the lights coming on automatically could be quite helpful in helping me wake up in the morning. For shift workers who are potentially at work throughout the night and then sleeping during the day, this sort of feature might also be potentially useful to give you that simulated dusk and simulated dawn type effect. Now, whether or not this sort of thing works for you can be quite personal. Sleep is a very personal thing. Whether light is an effective part of helping you fall asleep and helping you wake up, it's something that you can try and see if it works well for you. But for now, I think that's a good enough exploration of the feature so far. I will of course report back on how I get on with this using it over time, and whether or not it's a different experience during the winter months as mentioned. I've written up a companion blog post with a few more details about how these features work. In the meantime, thanks very much for watching. Please check out the website newhometricks.com. You'll find the link to the blog article in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.